Hi, my name is Nga Yuan, and EFM is the resource center for all conversations on entrepreneurship in action. This is Demo Day, the series where we're excited to speak to the most recent batch of startups under the University Malaya Deep Tech UMDT. Now, UMDT is a startup accelerator with the University Malaya Center of Innovation and Commercialization, UMCIC. We have an office there for a long time. And today we are speaking to this company, the Uni Research and Innovation Sdn Bhd. I just mentioned to the CEO how I find that they can actually register with this name. Amazing. Mr. Madhu Nambiar, the CEO, and Dr. Leo Beifen, the director. We will be talking about one of their most exciting products to date, Nanosense. Hello, Mr. Madhu and Dr. Leo. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay, let's start. Let's start with understanding what Nanosense is. So perhaps Mr. Madhu?
I've been in the medical industry for quite some time now. I've been very much involved with geriatric care, which is care for the elderly, and basically my main area of expertise is actually preventing or minimizing falls in the elderly. So when I was approached by Dr. Leo with regards to Nanosense, it got me very excited, as I personally suffer from IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease, which is actually the inflammation of gastrointestine, where I have got very sensitive stomach. Okay, so when Dr. Leo came about and told me about where they can actually test on foodborne pathogen on the spot, it got me very excited. And thus I told myself and I told Dr. Leo that I'm very much interested to be part of Nanosense.
And that's how you're hired to be the CEO to champion this product, right?
Yes.
So Dr. Leo, let's talk a little bit more about how this entire idea of doing a rapid test kit for all kinds of, I think you are able to test some of the bacteria that is part of the food. How did all this come about for Nanosense?
Yeah, well, because I'm a materials engineer and I'm graduated from Imperial College London, UK, and specializing in the electrochemistry and nanomaterials. So as a lecturer in UM, we always would like to utilize what we learned in from the PhD study and try to solve the problem that we face for the community. So for instance, the food poisoning cases. So therefore, we came up with a device that is portable, rapid, sensitive point of care to solve which help to solve the foodborne poisoning cases in Malaysia.
So can we understand how we do this with Nanosense? Let's say, for example, we are pegawai kesihatan, health workers, and we do health checks on a monthly basis, for example. We will go to a stall, for example. And what do we do now?
Yeah, actually from the market validations, we have checked with the Ministry of Health, MOH, and from the communication with them, they verified that from the food safety officer, they generally send 1,000 food samples on average from every round of the inspections. So the lab used the molecular based method, which is PCR, and which are very time consuming and also costly. For the MOH to receive a report, it requires 1 month time. So with our on-site pre-screening tools, this can really assist the regulatory body to reduce the number of the sample that have to be sent to the lab. That's the reason why we are very excited with this Nanosense. Yeah.
So how do you extract? Is it? I was just going to say bendalir and cecair. How do you extract? What do you extract from the food to be placed onto your filament?
Actually, our device is quite straightforward. It's different from like the PCR method where you have to amplifications the bacterial, but ours one is quite straightforward. So if you have the food sample, so you just put it into the centrifuge tube, and then you shake. Just 4 easy steps. You shake it, and then you test it on the strip. You just drop 1 drop onto the strip, and it can give you the immediate results in just like 1 minute. Yeah, so this made our device very different from the PCR method.
So immediately we will know whether it's contaminated or not.
Yeah, because we already programmed the reader if it has a bacteria, it will give you the red signal. If it's not, that it will give you the green signal. That's how they're different.
So at this moment, Nanosense is able to pick what kind of contamination from what kind of bacteria and how many types?
Yeah, so now we focus on the 4 types of the bacterials. And as mentioned just now, and there are Staphylococcus, Bacillus, E. coli, and also Salmonella, these 4 types of bacteria. So we developed the multiplex aptamer that specifically detect these 4 types of bacteria. Yeah.
And will you be developing more?
Yeah, it can be specially designed. For example, if you would like other type of bacteria or viruses, we can specially design for you.
Yeah. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, Mr. Madhu, I want to know commercialization journey. Where are we now when it comes to Nanosense? Where are we now?
Okay, basically, we are taking our first step. Okay, first step is we are going towards MOH. Like what Dr. Leo told just now, that once any clinics or any Jabatan Kesihatan gets a food poisoning report, that report goes to the Jabatan Kesihatan, and Jabatan Kesihatan will work together with the local councils, unit penguatkuasaan, to go and inspect the premises. Okay, so when they inspect the premises and they have got their own guidelines, yeah. So when they inspect these premises, if they were to find any faults or any irregularities, and they have their own steps, but all of these steps takes such a long time. Okay, so when you ask me where are we now, okay, our first step is MOH.
So who would be your customer, your client? I mean, are we just talking about penguatkuasa? Do we have more client lists? How?
Okay, so we're going to start off with MOH. Okay, because once MOH uses this, they will then bring it down to the local councils. We have 152 local councils. Okay, thereafter, where I'm planning to go is to F&B outlets. So that before the MOH even comes, you get to check your own food. And then after also Ministry of Education, all the hostels, all the school canteens.
Schools, yes.
So you can be very assured that the food that the canteens are serving is healthy, is free from foodborne pathogens. Very easy. Anybody can test this. You don't need an expert to test this. So
amazing.
The market is going to be huge.
Do we already know what is the pricing range that you're putting per one rapid test?
We are going to bring the price 80% lower than the PCR method.
80%. Wow. I have no idea what that is, but just by saying 80%, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's huge savings to the government.
Okay, I look forward to that. How do people get in touch? How do people get in touch with you if they are interested to speak to you further on this?
They can get in touch with us via our email, or we are yet to go on with a website. It's in that line. But for now, maybe email or even phone.
Okay, cool. We'll super your email address, as Mr. Madhu Nabia, and then email underneath it shortly so that everyone can have access to you. That's all right, right?
Yep, perfect.
So a big good luck to you in this journey. And I hope to be able to have the security that Nanosense is providing so that all of us can stop worrying about food contamination.
Yep.
So once again, congratulations so far on your work, and I look forward to seeing it in the market.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.